So earlier we were talking all about Johnny Depp's big comeback at the Cannes Film Festival. He appeared on the red carpet of his new movie with the cast with his hair pulled back in a pone, which is a ponytail, and wearing some of that Jack Sparrow, or is it Sparrow? Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones attended the premiere of Johnny Depp's film with their 20-year-old daughter, Carisse, and posed on the red carpet by kissing Michael on the cheek. Uma Thurman also attended the premiere in this pale pink Christian Dior gown with a large red overcoat and a choker. Yeah. And brought along her 20-year-old son, Lavon Thurman Hawke, who looks just like her. And Naomi Campbell looks stunning in this long silver gown with diamond cuffs and poker straight hair. But everyone was talking about 77-year-old Dame Helen Mirren, who showed up with blue hair and a messy updo to match her dress. She also held up a fan with hashtag worth it written on it because she's the ambassador for L'Oreal. You know, their slogan is, I'm worth it.
Is that it?
Yeah, isn't it?
Because I'm worth it.
Yeah, because I'm worth it. I'm worth it.
And we are worth it.
I think I'm mixing up with Maybelline.
Yeah, maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That's a different one.
Okay, well, I'm glad we just gave him a free plug. I'll just say that I was, obviously Dame Helen Mirren looked amazing, but Naomi Campbell, that walk, if you could,
it's the walk.
That walk is just like the phrase, "You're welcome, everybody," was made into a walk. Like, you just observe this for a second, and then I'm going to be gone.
Can we watch it again?
Look at that walk, like, yes,
it's not
I
fair.
know, I know.
We're blessed to be in her presence.
I know.
Yes. But everybody looked great, I felt.
But she's effortless.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
we're moving on.
Okay.
Let's go to Ethan Hawke. I didn't realize that was his son until just a couple months ago, that they had a kid together.
I didn't
was
know
like,
that
wow.
either.
The girl in Stranger Things is their daughter, and I had no idea.
That's how I found out. You're exactly right.
I was blown away by that.
Yeah, that's how I found out.
You can see
You
their
totally
faces in
can.
her once you know.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, so Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were involved in a near catastrophic car chase in New York last night. The Duke, Duchess, and her mother were chased by paparazzi for 2 hours after attending an event where Meghan was honored. In a statement, their spokesperson said, quote, "The pursuit resulted in multiple near collisions, involved other drivers, pedestrians, and 2 police officers. The chase is, of course, reminiscent of Princess Diana's final moments in Paris when her car crashed in a tunnel after being chased by photographers." Erica, is history repeating itself? I also want to just say we decided not to show or purchase any of those photos because that's one way of hopefully not giving those photographers.
You vote with your checkbook.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right, you have to follow the money on these things. And if you are truly outraged by people being hunted in this way, then I would pay attention to where you're seeing those photos and what outlets, and really make a moral decision about that, because obviously we know what the ramifications of people being hunted in the streets, not only them, but everyone else around. It's so dangerous, and for what? A photo that no one else can obtain because you're literally putting people in harm's way in order to obtain it. It makes no sense at all.
I think that, first of all, I agree with her. Also, we see enough of Harry. There's pictures, we always see them. They were just at an event, and it was just apparently chaotic from the moment they walked out, and I saw the red carpet, and it's like more than normal. But I will say that he had Miss Raglan in the car with him.
Right.
So that's another mother.
Right.
That he could have lost in a car. From the same sound to the same flashing, all of that is traumatizing, all of it. And when we did the podcast for Comeback with Erica Cobb, you saw him in a car, visibly uncomfortable. Even being followed by one paparazzi, he was like, and she's like, "It's okay, we're gonna be in 2 minutes, we're gonna be in a garage." Imagine what he went through for that. I think that is sick.
And
sick.
I don't know.
2 hours.
I just look at how this is possible. And Jeff, you'll probably know in the movie The Departed. You remember the bar scene with Leo DiCaprio, where he says there's some people that you can hit and some people you can't hit. Meaning some people have muscle in this bar and you can't do that. Now, there's a reason we don't see J-Lo or LeBron James or Bono or anybody that's as famous as them being chased like that. It's because you can't do that because they'll take away access or they'll put something on your company. But there's a reason that only these 2 people are able to, and use the perfect word, to be hunted like this. Only them. If the paparazzi was acting like this with every star, we'd be like, hey, this is just how the game goes. But we don't do this story with any celebrity, arguably those that are 10 times. Beyonce doesn't deal with this. Taylor Swift doesn't deal with this, chasing through the streets.
You know what Diana means? Goddess of the hunt. And his brother, her brother, brought that up at the eulogy and said she was hunted. Exactly what.
There's something deeper to why this is allowed to occur.
This family has had enough.
Heartbreaking. Okay, it's one of the most iconic movie lines ever spoken, but now Arnold Schwarzenegger says he wanted to change this line from the Terminator. Oh.
I'll be back.
What? In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Arnold argued with director James Cameron over the line. Arnold wanted to say, "I will be back" instead, but James said, quote, "It's just one word. Don't tell me how to write. I don't tell you how to act." And in the end, Arnold said the line the way James wanted, and the rest is history.
I had that happen on set.
What?
When I was a writer for Shaquille O'Neal's show, there was a line where I had written, one of the writers had written, Shaq has beef. I think Penny Hardaway was on set, so they were like, Shaq has beef with them, like a problem. And the not the head writer, but the person above them came to me and they were like, "Al, it's a beef."
What?
And I was like, "That's not really how they say it in the streets." You know what I'm saying? That's not but I'm trying to. This is like my boss's boss, so I'm trying to be. And like he sent me a strongly worded email saying not to question him in front of people. But it's weird how parlance is. When you try and transfer it to the movies, some people that don't understand that will try and correct it. But that line, he was right. "I'll be back" was the line.
So I have some follow-up questions. What was the actual education when it came to the vernacular of the streets of this gentleman that you refer to?
I'd probably Yale, like he was. Okay. I don't think he was in a lot of streets.
Of Yale.
Yeah, I don't think
New Haven.
In a lot of streets.
So I just want to remind people that
wherever Tori went to high school.
The mean streets of Georgetown.
You can rely on the fact that you've hired people to do a job based on their ability to do it, and that delegation is actually a really great thing. So you don't say things like, "I have a beef."
Embarrassing.
Penny Hardaway.
Well, I think it's really funny too. I know someone said they wrote for Arnold specifically because he had to transfer or translate Austrian to English, and so he had to have scripts written for him that would sound good for him. So I get that the proper way, if you're translating, is "I will be back," but the idea of "I will be back," like it doesn't give you the same ring.
Jeffrey, you've been on sets.
You're a movie star.
Have you ever had the director tell you something you're like, "No"?
Here's what I love about the creative process is that I'll do it exactly how you write it, and I'll do it for you. But do one for me, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'll have an idea, too, but I don't want to overstep. So if there's time, and that's really what it is, it's all about time. If they're like, "All right, we got it, go and have fun with it," that's when I really love that process, because that's when you're more natural, things come out that aren't in the script, and that's when you find gold. But then there's also people like James Cameron that could visualize that gold before you say it. So that's rare, and to have someone on set like that would be amazing to work with.
Yes.
What?
I think you're absolutely right. I was like, just trust. He's had two $2 billion movies. It's your coconut. It's very nice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just wondering. You're like constantly.
Sorry, you gave me coconut lotion. It's been lovely all day.